To get their heads together. They're beginning to get their concentration levels to racing standards. It's a long minute.
There's the starting grid. You see boat number 5, and that is Gene Thibodeau on the pole. And this modified Le Mans start where they tear off at top speeds across the infield. Well, it's a dangerous start, isn't it?
It's a drag race, Jim. They'll all leave the dock at the same time with the throttles on the floor, and it'll be a drag race to the first turn board.
Once the heat of battle comes, they'll have a lot to think about. Right now, they're just lost in their own thoughts, and the start is close at hand.
We're just seconds away from the start, Jim, right now.
And they're off. And Thibodeau, once again, gets a good start. He did it yesterday, he did it in Minneapolis, and he's done it here today in Pittsburgh. It is Gene Thibodeau, boat number 5, into the lead as this World Series of Formula One racing gets underway.
And right behind him, Jim, is his teammate in boat 57, Ben Robertson, and there's 2 Americans leading this Formula One race in Pittsburgh in the early going.
And they are indeed teammates, so wouldn't you think that Ben would kind of hold back a little bit here for the first going in this race?
I don't think you're going to find anybody holding back anything right now. They've been through qualification. This one is for a lot of money.
Boat number 5 is Gene Thibodeau. Boat number 57, Ben Robertson, both from the NAIU team, and they're running first and second here as we're just underway.
Right behind Ben Robertson, there's your leader, Gene Thibodeau, in boat number 5, but right behind him, Ben Robertson, and behind him, the winner here last year, he's Rick, too. Rick Frost, and he's going to get passed by number 2, Arthur Monser. So it's going to be a real drag race these first 5 or 10 laps.
There has never been an American world champion in Formula One racing, but many feel that it will be either Gene Thibodeau or perhaps Ben Robertson if that is to come to pass. Right now, they are leading the way in Pittsburgh.
We spoke about this a little earlier in the program. Gene is in a small boat, what we call a sprint boat. It's not designed to run well in rough water. It runs well in smooth water. There's Ben Robertson in the Burgess boat. He is in the second position right now, boat 57. Both of those boats are handling this kind of water in Pittsburgh very, very well.
In Minneapolis, it was Gene Thibodeau taking the early lead, but he had some handling problems, and I understand, Jack, that may still be the case.
I've heard them say that he's not handling very well, but there you can see him, Gene Thibodeau, the leader right now, having no problem navigating the water in the early going.
Boat number 5 in the lead. Going around turns 3 and 4, and behind him teammate Ben Robertson in boat 57, and beginning to look at the rest of the field.
You can see now when he gets into traffic here how that boat's taking a little pounding. But if Gene holds on this afternoon, no matter what happens, he's gonna get a few bumps and grinds.
We will return with more.
Here with Chris Hodges, a boat builder and a gentleman that knows a lot about props. Chris, the props are very important to these boats, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Very, very important. In fact, they're the state-of-the-art in metal technology, which is really quite surprising. But then again, when one of those blades at any given time has to transmit 450, 400 horsepower, you can understand that it needs to be very strong. Also, the other remarkable thing about them is that they actually run half in the water and half out the water. The reason for this is that if you, well, there's 2 reasons for it. If you have a propeller which relies on being in water all the time, totally covered, as soon as it gets a bit of air, it's what we call cavitates or splits. Basically, these propellers are designed to split all the time, and they're twice the size we need. So consequently, you get a super slip propeller which can run in and out of the water. This gives a lot of performance.
There you see a very good shot of these Formula One drivers trying to find what we call a racing lane. There is Chico Badoli. Gentleman had problems yesterday. His boat was destroyed. He's in a new ride today, and you can tell it's a new boat to him, and he's not running very well right now.
He's got the old boat of Barry Woods, the only 2-time winner on the tour thus far this year, and of course the point leader, and he is struggling here in Pittsburgh. Chico Badoli out of action. All right, there is Barry Woods watching Chico Badoli come out of the water, shake his head, throw his helmet, A very upset point-leading Italian.
Well, it's an unfortunate situation. You can see Pico's very upset. He was in a boat he didn't have a chance to really get used to. There's your leader, Ben Robertson, both 57. As we said a moment ago, Ben said to me just before the race, said, Jack, I love the rough water in Pittsburgh, and I've got something to prove. Look at Gene right there getting bounced around. That little boat is not going to handle as well as Ben's boat in this kind of water. Now look out for Rick Frost there. He went wide in that turn. He's nipping at the lead, too.
And don't forget, Rick Frost is a defending champion here in Pittsburgh, and that counts for a lot in any sport. He's used to winning here.
There's something else we must add here. Rick has moved up in the third place right behind Gene Thibodeau, who we've seen there in second place. There's a thing called team racing, too. Now you got Ben, a teammate, in the lead. Gene's in second place. Look out, Rick Frost.
But Frost lost it going around turn number 3.
Fortunately, he didn't lose it, but he came as close to losing that boat as you're going to come. He was literally up maybe 45 degrees, but fortunately able to settle it down, nipping on Gene Thibodeau. Now, as we said about the team racing, it's going to be interesting to see if Gene tries to hold off Rick Frost, knowing that his partner there, Ben Robertson, who's leading this race, give him some time to get out in front of Frost, because Frost does hold the world record in these boats for speed.
144 miles an hour for a lap. When you saw Frost almost lose it, these boats can go airborne, can't they?
They can. There you see Art Kennedy. Art's running very well right now in a Molinary haul. He does not have a fuel-injected engine like you see our leader here. He's running carburetors. Ben's running a fuel-injected unit. It gives you a little more horsepower. You combine that. Look at the side-by-side racing. Gene is holding Rick Frost off right now. He knows that if he can hold him back, his partner, Ben Robertson, is going to get more lead in front of him.
So that is indeed teamwork.
Well, that's also something that's very close, the relationship between the two boys, the two drivers, too.
And they're two very much alike, aren't they?
Very much alike, and they're all racing for Bob Thompson, and they, look at this, they all race for each other.
Boat number 36, that's Randy Pearson. And the water is getting rough around turns 3 and 4.
But you can see right there, Jim, Ben Robertson navigating that rough water very, very well.
Up to 400,000 people watching this Formula One World Series of Racing here in Pittsburgh. Jim Biondi with Jack Gregory, and we will return to the champion Spark Plug Formula One World Series after this. Like any motorsport, Formula One powerboats require a great deal of maintenance, both to the hulls and to the engine. Jack Gregory earlier talked to Gary Garbreth, whose job it is to keep these teams race ready.
These Johnson and Evinrude engines are very powerful, highly sophisticated engines. They can develop problems at any time in the circuit. Now, for those reasons, there is logistical site support for all of these Formula One crews and drivers. This truck is owned and operated by Second Effort, based in Lake Hamilton, Florida. Now, it's a mobile machine shop that provides complete logistical support to the Formula One drivers and crew at all of these World Series events. And no matter what happens mechanically to any of these race engines, the Second Effort people can take care of it and get the boats back into competition.
We'll leave the race site on a Monday, and we'll be with a new race site on a Thursday, and these teams are getting their equipment back together, and we have the capability of overhauling motors right on this truck, as well as gear housing. Without that capability, we'd be down some entrants for the following races, and particularly by the time we hit the third race in a row. So far we haven't lost any boats other than some structural damage on some, but mechanically we got them all running yet. Arthur Moser is at fourth place. Boat number 2.
Arthur, of course, the winner in Chattanooga this year. He finished first. His teammate Francois Salabert, boat number 3, was second. He hasn't won from Chattanooga. He's very, very, very hungry for a win here in Pittsburgh.
Yes, and that was his first taste of victory on the Formula One Tour.
But he's got to get past this man right here.
There's your leader. Has been for some time now. Boat 57, Ben Robertson.
Well, when you say for some time, you have to understand there's never a lock in this one either. A lot of things can go wrong. You can be out there in front, and Ben knows this. Look out! Look out! Did you see that? Looked like Fred Steinberg. It is Fred Steinberg. No, it's not. It's Don Jenkinson. And Jenkinson went all off the completely off the race course.
One of two rookie drivers in this race. Don Jenkinson, a local fellow from Wayne.
That is what these kind of rollers or this kind of water can do. It'll skate the boat right off the course. It can run you right into a wall. You've got to stay on it all the time, and sometimes there's nothing you can do.
And this is his first race, so you can see that these rollers will jump up at you. Number 46, boat 46, Don Jenkinson.
There's Randy Pearson. Of course, Randy is, we say he's a rookie. He's not really a rookie. He's been around boat racing for many, many years, but you're a rookie at the first time out. See what he's doing right now. Stay in the boat. There's Fred Steinberg going by him now. He's got some problems because Gene's boat right there is fuel injected. His engine's fuel injected. He should be able to pull Fred Steinberg. He should not let, Fred Steinberg's running a carbureted engine. So the horsepower difference there. But Gene is doing something very smart. He's not driving over his head. He's laying back and just doing what he can do. He could be out there just driving over his head, taking a chance on hurting himself or somebody else. That's a professional.
Gene Thibodeau in boat number 5, who's had such quick starts all weekend, moving into the front so early, and today is falling behind.
There's Johnny Sanders. Johnny Sanders, of course, is out of suburban Denver, Colorado. He's the third member of that team of Ben Robertson and Gene Thibodeau.
Had an unusual accident yesterday.
Well, we've got a real battle going on right here with Arthur Moser back in 4th place right now. He's being challenged by another European right there. Looks to be Andy Bowen.
Arthur Moser is in boat number 2. Both Andy Bowen in boat number 16.
Well, they are doing battle, aren't they? They are nipping at one's rooster tail.
After 30 laps, you've got boat 57, Ben Robertson in first place. Boat number 6, Rick Frost is running second. And they've got boat number 5, Gene Thibodeau, running third with Moser in boat number 2 in 4th place. And a battle going on right now. Looks like Gene Thibodeau and Arthur Moser and Andy Bullen are all battling out there.
There you see Case Vandervelden and Rick Frost going around the turns there. Case kind of manages a 3-boat team with Francois Salabert and Moser, who's in 4th place. Now Frost is trying to get behind, or by Case, I should say, on the outside, and he has. But let's see what happens when we go into the turn. Will he dive in front of Case? He did. And Case goes down. There's Andy Bullen. There's Andy, and he's battling Moser to get up there close in 4th place.
Andy Bullen, the Britisher, 4 years on the Formula One Tour, 31-year-old, and he's had some tough luck, but he's in every race.
He's going to get by Moser. He sure did. He got him right there. He's down running in 4th place.
And he's running wide open. There he is going around turns 3 and 4.
He's driving like a man possessed, isn't he?
Andy Bullen
driving a fine race. Maybe he won't be a bridesmaid in Pittsburgh. What do you think?
Yes, he hates that term, and he calls himself that often and says, I won't be a bridesmaid today. A lot of people would be very happy about that. He has indeed had some tough luck.
Every lap that this man is making right now, he's picking up movement and picking up ground on the 3rd place boat, which is Gene Thibodeau. And he's right behind him now on the back straightaway. He's picking them off one by one.
But is there time? Is there time in a 50-lap race?
Oh, there is. Listen, we got less than 20 laps left. We're 15, 16, 17 laps. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time for Andy Bowen to move into 3rd place, move into 2nd place.
But I was thinking about boat 57 in 1st place, Jack.
Well, I think Ben Robertson would tell you if you asked him right there, right now. Oh, yeah. I'm the leader. I'm going to stay the leader. They got to catch.
We're on the USA Network. In Europe, Formula One powerboat racing is very popular. The drivers are national heroes. Here in the United States, many of the European drivers are beginning to gain popularity as well. Earlier, Jack talked with Francois Salabert.
The Champion Sparkplug Formula One World Series Tour is truly a World Series. The drivers and their crews travel worldwide competing on this circuit. And for the teams, it's hard work, long hours, and can put a great deal of pressure on the drivers. Yes, we have a lot of pressure because also for me, I am the only driver in France and only the Formula One driver. And for me, I have a lot of responsibility for represent the French flag, you know.
Francois Salabert is a 38-year-old veteran of powerboat racing. He lives in Paris, France, but spends much of his time traveling the Formula One World Series circuit. In Europe, Salabert is a well-known national hero. Formula One racing is established there. Now that the circuit has come to the United States, Salabert is beginning to enjoy some notoriety here as well.
I think good popularity in America. I think also a lot of people know my name. Maybe in Italy, okay, in England also, in Holland too, but also in America, the good popularity for this sport.
Ben Robertson is in first. There you see boat number 16, Andy Bullen, who is in third place now. And boat number 6, Rick Cross, will be in second place as we get into our 37th lap of racing here in Pittsburgh on the Allegheny.
I'm very impressed with Andy Bullen right now, and I'll tell you why. Many times the European drivers, there's the leader, Ben Robertson, but many times the Europeans don't have to run in this kind of heavy water. They're not used to it. Here in the United States, there you see Ben again, they're used to running this kind of water, and I got to give an advantage to the American team. But Andy Bullen, who is continually nipped away boat by boat, is handling very, very well in this rough water.
Andy Bullen in boat number 16, his crew chief is his father, so it's a family affair. Still in the lead, boat 57, Ben Robertson.
Where he can strike, there's Bullen right there. He can strike. He's within striking distance of Robertson, and he's got the time to do it. Hang on, folks. This one's going down to the wire.
Andy Bullen, many were impressed by his...
Get thrown out of a boat sometime at 130 miles an hour, and you'll smart for about a week.
3 laps to go, and there's your leader, boat 57, and he's had that lead for some time, has Ben Robertson.
3 laps, there's Kennedy. He's down in the water. He's through for the day, but 2 laps to go. Been a team effort. Thibodeau couldn't do it. Robertson could. He's out there in front. Thibodeau's back there. Sanders is back there, and they're saying, go for it, man. Go for it, Ben. You got one more lap coming up. Just hang on.
One more lap for boat 57. Ben Robertson, and this would be his second victory on the tour. He did win at Montreal, but also put this American, as I say, in first place as the overall leader in points. There's the checkered flag.
He's a winner. He's victory lap.
When we return, we'll be talking.
Well, I just, like Bob says, nobody remembers second. It was rough. The boat was set up beautifully, had a great team. Couldn't ask for a better sponsor than Bob and Jack.
Andy Bullen from England. Number 3 finisher was Arthur Moser in boat number 2, finishing third today. And in fourth place, hanging in all afternoon, Gene Thibodeau in boat number 5, Gene from the USA. And in fifth place, the finisher was Bob Spaulding. Bob Spaulding of England in boat number 11. The sixth place finisher, veteran Francois Salabert of France in boat number 3.
First of all, Jack, it was a safe race, and that always matters.